Hi everyone. So today, we are going to discuss about the structure of fuzzy logic controller. So in the fuzzy logic controller, okay. So first we have to consider the fuzzification. Okay. Then we will be consider the knowledge base. So third point is nothing but the inference engine. Fourth one is nothing but the defuzzification. Okay. So these 4 points will be considered, okay, majorly in the fuzzy logic controller. Okay. So see here, this is the diagram of the structure of the fuzzy logic controller. Okay. So what is the first one? Is nothing but the fuzzification. Okay. So it's nothing but the input value you are given to the fuzzification is nothing but the actual value, or it is for it's a crisp value. Okay. So that the actual value you have to convert it into fuzzy value. Okay. So by using the fuzzifications, okay, that is it will convert the actual value or crisp value into fuzzy value. Okay. So that is the function of the fuzzification. Okay. So then here decision making. So before the decision making, okay, will be considered the knowledge base. Okay. So that is for it's based on the data. Okay. And based on the probability and the rules, okay, we have to define the different, we have to identify the, or we have to formulate the different methods of rules, okay. So that is called as knowledge based system, okay. So based on the probability, we have to define the different set of rules, okay. So that is for instance knowledge based system. So then in the decision making, okay, so based on the current input, this decision making block, okay, so what is the role of this decision making block? So based on the current input, current fuzzification value, current fuzzy value, so which rule is mapped with the current fuzzy value, okay. So it will map with the input value with the rules, okay. It will produce the output, okay. So that output also is in the form of fuzzy, okay. So that fuzzy value, okay, again we will get in the form of output as a crisp value or in actual value, okay. So the fuzzy value I have to convert it into defuzzification, okay. So this is the fourth one block is called as defuzzification. The role of the defuzzification, it will be convert the fuzzy quantity into crisp quantity or in actual quantity, okay. So finally we have to get the output, okay. So this is the basic structure of the fuzzy logic controller. Okay, the input is given to the fuzzification, and based on the data, okay, that is for database, and you have to form the different rule, okay. So and then in the decision making, so based on the current input, okay, which rule is applicable, okay, it will map the current input and rule, it will produce the output, okay, the decision making, okay, it will produce the output, okay. So after manipulating the input with the rule, okay, it will produce the output. That output also is in the form of fuzzy values, okay. So that fuzzy value again by using the defuzzification, there are n number of defuzzification method is there, okay. Centroid method, center of sums, center of maxima, center of minima, largest of value, center of largest value, okay. This is for the different methods of defuzzification, okay. So most general commonly used defuzzification is method is for centroid method, okay. So based on this defuzzification method, I have to convert this fuzzy value into actual value, okay. So this is the concept of the fuzzy logic controller, okay. For example, here input will be considered as a temperature and pressure, okay. So the actual value will be considered either it's a temperature or pressure, okay. So the temperature would not have fuzzy set, okay, like cold, warm, hot. Pressure would not have the fuzzy set like low, medium, high, okay. So how to frame the rule? If the temperature is hot and the pressure is high, then output is low. Based on that we have to frame the rule, okay. So finally, okay, so based on the current input and map manipulate with the rule, it will produce the output, okay. So the crisp value that can be sent to the actuator or used to make the decisions, okay. So this is the concept of the fuzzy logic control, okay. Thank you.